nothing without. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, hey, cuz, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. What's up, Jennifer? What's up, sis? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got some good stuff we're talking about tonight. We're talking about leaving your mark or placing your mark in the earth. We're going to continue on last week's about being great, and we're talking about becoming legendary today. So text somebody, email them, Facebook them, let them know that we are on right now. Share this video with as many people as possible right now, because we're going to talk about some good stuff tonight. I promise you. Hey, what's up, sis? I promise you, we're going to talk about some good stuff tonight. It's going to have you thinking. It's really going to have you motivated, inspired. Hey, share this video right now, because it's getting ready to go down. This is Solution, where we provide real life answers to real problems. This is Solution. So let somebody know right now. What's up, Sean? How you doing, cuz? Let somebody know right now that we own this thing. Let somebody know right now we are in this place, and we'll get ready to go down. Yes, yeah, yeah. Talking about tonight, leaving or placing your mark in the earth. I want to capitalize on what we talked about last week about releasing the greatness. There's so many things on the inside of us, and now it's time for us to not limit ourselves. It's time for us to stop accepting everything. It's time for us to take the limits off our lives. It's time for us to step out. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Yes, it's time. Hey, I want to thank everyone for sharing this video. We get ready to start here in a few minutes. Yeah, buddy. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope you got your pens and your paper. You know, hey, one thing I want you to get familiar with is taking notes. To make sure you take notes. We're talking about placing a mark in the earth, leaving a mark in the earth. We're talking about becoming legendary tonight. I want to let you know that there's something on the inside of you that your community needs. There's something on the inside of you that society needs. There's something on the inside of you that some family may need, some organization may need, some business may need. It's on the inside of you. And from this day forward, we have to make a decision to take the limits off of our life. Because who knows what next big thing could be you. You could be the next big thing. We're talking about leaving a mark in the earth. Let me tell you this. If you don't get anything, get this. Write this down. You exist because you are the fulfillment of one of God's desires. You exist because you are the fulfillment of one of God's desires. God had a desire, and he wanted to see something in the earth, and that is the reason for your existence. You exist because you are the fulfillment of one of God's desires. Man, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing that I'm existing because God desires something, and in return he created me, and in return he created you, and in return he created our brothers, and he created our sisters, because we were one of God's desires. And God just didn't want to desire something. He wanted that desire to be manifested, and guess what? Here we are. Man, that's good news to know that God placed value on us. And that's good news to know that a society may not place a value on us. An old relationship may not have that value on you. An old friendship or old mistake or old past failure may not have that same value on you, but God does. And that's all that matters to you. Now, I want to talk about placing your mark in the earth today. That's what I want to talk to you about. I got 3 principles that I want to share with everyone that is on right now. We're talking about placing your mark in the earth. I'm talking about when you're gone, and even while you're here. I'm talking about making and amplifying a noise so much that they understand that you mean business. Leaving your mark in the earth. Let's talk about the first principle. If you're going to be legendary and if you're going to leave your mark in the earth, the first thing that you have to do is you have to become purpose driven. I love this topic when we're talking about purpose. It's probably one of my favorite topics because you'll realize that a lot of people don't understand their purpose. A lot of people don't understand why they exist. A lot of people still have questions to why they're still here, why they haven't left. There are so many people right now who don't understand their purpose. And if you're going to be legendary and leave a mark in the earth, you have to become purpose driven. Notice what I said. I didn't say emotional driven. Because your emotionals can have you tossed back and forth, can have you doing things where you're thinking that you're not quite sure about. Your emotions can have you involved in things that later on you might in the beginning might have an interest in, but later on you might not have that same interest. Your emotions can have you going every which way. I'm talking about becoming purpose driven, not emotional driven. I'm talking about becoming purpose driven, not materialistic driven. I'm talking about becoming purpose driven and not people driven. Purpose driven is important. And if you're going to leave a mark in the earth, it's very important that you realize that you have to become purpose driven. The only thing that's going to matter right now is your purpose. Why you were created. What is purpose? Let me tell you, purpose is the why. It's the reason. It's the answer to the question that you have. I'm talking about, man, I've seen so many people that walk this earth and they don't understand why they exist. And if you're going to be legendary and leave a mark in the earth, the first thing that you have to realize why you exist. Because if purpose isn't known, then abuse is inevitable. What am I saying? If you don't understand your purpose and know why you exist, then guess what? You are guaranteed to abuse yourself. And if you don't know your purpose and understand why you exist, you're ill-informed. And an ill-informed man or woman is a dangerous person because they don't have the information that they need to make the proper decisions in life. Man, that's powerful. That's very powerful. If you don't have a glimpse of what your purpose is and what you've been called to do while you're here on this earth, you now become ill-informed. And when you're ill-informed, you become dangerous because you don't have the proper information to make the right decisions while you're here on the earth. Let me say that again. When you don't have an understanding of your purpose, you become ill-informed. And ill-informed individuals become dangerous individuals because they do not have the proper information that they need so they can make the right decisions in the earth. So we're talking about becoming legendary, leaving your mark or placing your mark in the earth. And the first thing that you have to do, you have to become purpose driven. What is purpose? Purpose is the reason. It's the why you exist. It's the answer. It's the sum total. Purpose is the reason why you're still here. Right now, there's someone on the inside. There's someone that needs your purpose. There's a community that needs your purpose. There's a mother right now that's praying because of your purpose. There's an organization right now that needs your purpose. There's a young child right now that needs your purpose. There's a husband right now that may need your purpose. There's a community of individuals that may need your purpose. And sometimes what we do is we limit other individuals from receiving what they need because sometimes we don't know how to tap into our purpose. Purpose is the reason for your existence. It's the why. It's the question that we asked. If I had to explain purpose, I would break purpose down in 3 stages. Number 1, I'll give these 3 stages. Write these notes down. The first stage will be purpose blueprint. The reason why I call it purpose blueprint is because when God created humanity, He gave humanity a blueprint on how they are supposed to operate. In other words, there is a purpose that we as a human beings or we as a whole are supposed to operate from. The second stage of purpose is purpose fingerprint. Now, when you start talking about purpose fingerprint, you start getting in depth. You start talking about your personal, unique reason for why you were born. And the reason why I call it purpose fingerprint is because no 2 people have the same fingerprint. And when you start talking about your purpose, you have to understand that you've been uniquely designed by God to do something specific here in the earth. My purpose may not be the same purpose that you have. Now, we have a corporate purpose as individuals that God has created, but then inside of that corporate, we have an individual purpose that we're supposed to use our gift with, which we're going to transition into that in a few minutes. But we're talking about the 3 stages of purpose. Number 1, purpose blueprint. That's the blueprint for humanity when God created us. Purpose fingerprint. That's your personal, unique purpose. Understand that no one can do it like you can. Because God has uniquely designed it to be done by you. That's why we can't get into a stage or a level of competing with one another because I have not been called to do what you do. You haven't been called to do what I do. And when you understand your purpose, you realize what lane you're supposed to stay in. Because if I can recall that if we're on a highway, The reason they have lanes is so that we can stay there, and it can prohibit us from crashing. But what we do sometimes, because we don't understand our purpose, what we do, we swerve in and out of lanes, and in return, we cause a great big mess that's most of the time we have to spend the rest of our life trying to clean up. Because we're swerving in and out of lanes. But when you tune in on your purpose and the reason why you exist, you understand your lane, and you can really dig deep into that lane, and you can really capitalize upon that lane because you know where you're supposed to be placed at in your life. So we're talking about purpose right now. The first stage is purpose blueprint. The second thing is purpose fingerprint. That is your unique design. Understand that no two people. Yes, you were created to encourage. And that's what we're going to go into, man. You were created to encourage. Purpose, number 3, purpose footprint. That's where you're supposed to take your gift and your calling to in the earth. Understand that the reason why it's called purpose footprint is because if you remember the picture, footprints in the sand. That's amazing picture. You will see the picture, but you will see the footprints, but the people were no longer there. But the footprints was. It's because you know that the person was there because of the footprint. And that's what your purpose do. When you're long gone, you could be dead. You could be gone on. It could be years now, but your footprint is still there because you have impacted a particular location at that moment. We're talking about purpose. If you're going to be legendary and do something great in the earth, you have to become purpose driven. I know that there's a lot of material right now about what your purpose is. A lot of people are talking about purpose. But let me tell you this. If you're going to be legendary and really do something in the earth, you have to realize what your purpose is. Because if you don't realize what your purpose is, you will continue to major on things that don't even matter in life. If you don't realize your purpose is, you'll continue to miss out on opportunities. If you don't realize what your purpose is, you'll continue to let things pass by you and you won't even recognize them because you don't know what your purpose is. Your purpose would always attract opportunities in your life. It's important. I don't know. I can't help but to really dig into this teaching because the moment that I realized what my purpose is and what I was designed to do, guess what? My purpose superseded my past. My purpose allowed other individuals not to look at where I come from, but to look at where I was going because I had something to offer individuals. I realized that my purpose was the very key that helped me get to places and helped me go through doors that other individuals could go through doors because they were uniquely designed for me. I'm talking about that purpose. That's what purpose do. That's what purpose does for you. Your purpose, I'm telling you, we have to really tune in on it. This year, 2017, has to be a year that we're not emotional driven. We can't be materialistic driven. We can't be people driven. We have to be purpose driven because the moment we delve into our purpose, the moment we really start digging into what we've been created to do and what we've been called to do, then guess what? You cease from operating up under what people want you to do and you start doing what God wants you to do. Man, you have to get that. You have to hear what I just now said. The moment you start digging into your purpose and realizing why you exist and why you've been created, you stop doing what others want you to do and you start doing what God literally called you to do. We're talking about purpose driven. I no longer want to be controlled by what man wants me to do. I don't want to be controlled, and I don't want to have men tell me what door I can open or what door I can go through or what door I can't go through. Man, let me tell you, when you start tuning in to this purpose thing, this purpose teaching, when you start really realizing and asking yourself, why am I existing? What have I been created to do? How can I impact the earth with my gift? We're talking about purpose right now. We're talking about purpose. The 3 stages of purpose. Number 1, purpose blueprint. We're talking about that's the blueprint that God has given to humanity as a whole. We're talking about purpose fingerprint. That is the purpose that God has uniquely gave us. Because, like I said, no two people have the same fingerprint, which is an indication that God has uniquely designed you to do something great in the earth. That's why you can't be or try to be someone else that you've never been created to be. If I stop being who I am to become who you are, I'm duplicating 2 pieces of the puzzle that God never needed. God only created one Gerard Dunn. I am an exhorter. God created one Gerard Dunn. God created one Van Slyke. God created one Erica. God created one. God created one of us. We don't have, when we understand our purpose, we don't have to be something other than what God has created us to be. And I'm talking about purpose today. If you don't understand your purpose, this is what I want you to do. Hey, after we get done with Facebook Live, make sure you contact with me, connect with me, get with me. Let me show you how to tune into that purpose. It's important that you no longer go another day without not getting a glimpse of what you've been called to do. Contact me with this. Let's go to the second reason. If you're called to be legendary, we're talking about legendary today. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about placing your mark in the earth. We're talking about placing your mark in the earth. We're talking about becoming legendary, placing your mark in the earth. The first thing is you have to become purpose driven. The second thing is this. You have to learn how to use your gift. Come on now. You have to learn how to use your gift. Most people don't realize that it's the gift that promotes you. Most people don't realize that it's the gift that solves problems. Most people don't realize that it's the gift that brings you before men. There are people right now that wish they can get through certain places and wish they can go certain places or do certain things, but they don't realize that God has designed their gift to take them there. Your gift is important. It's important that you use your gift. You may have a gift of singing. You may have a gift of exhortation. You may have a gift of writing. There may be a gift. It's what you've been called to do while you're here on the earth. It's what you've been called to dominate. It's what you've been called to use while you're here on the earth. Your gift will make room for you. I promise you. You know that illustration when they talk about your gift will make room for you. If you look at the little translation, it gives the illustration of a crowded place. A place where no one can fit in. A place where no one can get in. But the scripture tells that your gift will make room for you. In other words, if I can give it to you allegorically, if I can show it to you as an image, it's like trying to fit into a tight squeeze somewhere. It's uncomfortable. But the scripture tells that your gift will, this is what your gift would literally do. It will cause people to move over, scoot over, and carve out a place specifically for you because your gift has allowed you to be there. Come on. That's what your gift will do for you. Your gift will allow things to open up for you. Your gift will allow people to scoot over. It's your gift. Your gift will make room for you. And let me tell you this. Your gift will do something for you. Your gift will make room for you. That's why it's important to know the difference between your work and your job. Your work is your gift. That's what you've been called to do. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is your gift. That's what you've been called to do. Your job is what they pay you to do. Let me say it again. Your work is your gift. That's what you've been called to do. Your job is what they pay you to do. They can fire you from your job, but they never can fire you from your work or your gift. Think about that. You can go in tomorrow. You can be fired from your job, but they can never fire you from your gift. Because wherever you go, your gift goes with you. Wherever you are, your gift will go with you. If you tell a bird to shoot, he takes flight with him. If you tell a fish to go, he takes swim with him. And wherever you go, you take your gift also with you. Your gift goes with you. That's why it's important that you understand the difference between your work and your job. They can never fire LeBron James. They can never fire Tiger Woods. They can never fire Serena Williams. They can never fire these individuals because their gift, they're operating in their gift. Wherever they are, they will always have their gift with them. They can never fire them. They can never fire them because their gift will always go with them. As I said before, it's important that you know this. That all that you have been created to do and all that you have been created to be is on the inside of you, your gifting. And it goes with you wherever you are. You can be in Tennessee. You can be in New Mexico. You can be in Chicago and your gift will still go with you. That's why I said a few minutes ago, you could tell a bird to shoot and he'll take flight with him. You could tell a fish to go and he'll take swim with them because they take with them whatever they've been called to do. You can't get rid of that. You can't get rid of that. And what people don't realize, that I know that sometimes people think that it's them, and that people are coming to see them, that people that want to hear them. But no, it's not really them that people want to see, and it's not them that really people want to hear. It's the gift that people are attracted to. So the reason why people come to you and ask you questions, it's not necessarily you, it's your gift. The reason why people come to you and ask you about certain things, and you always attract a certain crowd to ask you the same thing, and you always ministering to a certain group, or you're always able to talk about a certain thing in different businesses and different organizations, is because your gift goes with you wherever you are. Your gift makes room for you. If you're going to be legendary and place your mark in there, you have to use your gift. You have to use your gift. You won't be satisfied until you use your gift. If you don't use your gift, let me tell you, you'll have a lot of frustrating days and angry nights. I remember the day I sat at Larry Hill. I sat there and I was selling cars, and I was pretty decent at selling cars, but I was pretty good. But I remember sitting in the car, and I remember it just like something overtook me, and it's like my purpose was so much bigger than my current situation, regardless of what my bank account said, regardless of what my situation said. There was something on the inside of me that told me that I had to use my gift, and my gift is exhorting people, and my gift is bringing people up and encouraging people. That's my gift. That's why I can go in any arena and still use that gift. I can be in the church and still use that gift. I can be in a business organization and use that gift. I can be in a school and use that gift, because wherever I'm at, my gift works for me. The gift makes sure you have to use your gift. If you're going to leave your mark in the earth, man, the earth is so big. We have almost 7 billion people in the earth, and there's a place and a spot for each and every one of us in the earth, not through competition, but through your gift, because your gift puts you in a category all by yourself. It puts you in a lane all by yourself also. So when I start learning how to operate in my gift, I'm not intimidated by another person. I'm not intimidated by another man. I'm not intimidated by another woman, because I have come to realization that no one can do what I've been called to do, and that's through my gift. That's my gift. That's your gift. That's what we've been called to do. We're called to leave a mark in the earth. And the way that we're going to leave that mark is, number one, we have to become purpose driven. But number two, we have to use our gift. I promise you, Martin Luther King used his gift. He used his gift. That's why he's dead and gone. He's gone. He's been gone for years. But millions and millions and millions of people still come to Atlanta, Georgia to see his gravesite, to see his home, to see the mark that he left in the world, because he used his gift. He became legendary. He became legendary. He became legendary. He became legendary because he realized it was so much bigger than what society was saying. It was so much bigger than what other people were saying. It had everything to do with, number one, him becoming purpose-driven, but number two, recognizing that he had the gift to serve to humanity as a whole. And in return, he's long gone, but people are still saying his name. What are they going to say when you go? What will they say when you go? Because let me tell you that it is known, and it is a fact that we all have a date and a destiny with death. What will people say when you go? Will they just say he's a good man or he's a good woman? You see what I'm saying? Will they just say that he had a great smile? Will they just say he had a great attitude? Or will they say he died or she died serving their community? He died serving their family. And he or she died doing what they were called to do because they dug into it, because they knew that they were purpose driven. And in return, they're long gone, but people are still talking about it. We're talking about this thing. That's right. You can kill the dreamer, but you can't kill the dream. We're talking about using your gift. It makes room for you. Your gift is what attracts the people. See, that's why true leaders don't look for followers. Their gift draws them. Oh man, I'm talking about something now. Let me tell you this, leadership 101. True leaders don't look for followers. Their gift will automatically draw them. Well, what are you saying, Joel? Where you get that philosophy from? Let me give you an example. You take a tree. Take an apple tree right now. Take an apple tree right now. Do people go pick apples because of the tree or because of what the tree has on it? Talk to me. Do people come up to the tree and look at the bark and say, man, this is beautiful bark. Man, this tree looks good. Or are they drawn to the tree because what the tree can provide for them? Come on. You better get this. You better get it. I'm giving you something right now. I'm going to write this in a book. Do people go up to the tree and say, man, this bark is magnificent. I love this bark. Man, I want to take this bark home with me. I want to take this tree home with me. This tree is lovely. It's magnificent. Or do they say, man, look at the apples. Look how good and juicy these apples. Is it the tree or is it what the tree can provide? And I'm going to say the same thing about you. It's not necessarily you. It's what you are supposed to give to the earth. It's what you're supposed to provide to the people. It's your gift. Let the people eat the fruit from your gift. Let the people have it. That's what you're called to do. It's not you. It's what you can provide. Let's talk about number 3. Let's talk about number 3. If you're going to be legendary, and leave a place of mark in the earth, number 3 is this. Get this. If you're going to be legendary and place a mark in the earth, number 3 is this. You're going to have to learn how to live in the realm of the possibility. My goodness. If you're going to be legendary and place your mark in the earth, you are going to have to learn how to live in the realm of the possibility. What is the realm of the possibility? The realm of the possibility says that all things are possible to him that believes. No man or woman that has ever left their mark in the earth has ever left a mark in the earth by living through doubt and unbelief. There's something on the inside of them that says something when other people were saying that it couldn't happen, when other people were saying that it was impossible, when they were saying that it can't be done, when the odds were against them, when statistics said they couldn't make it happen. There was something on the inside of them that said, I believe. If you're going to leave your mark and place your mark in the earth, you're going to have to learn how to live in the realm of the possibility. You're going to have to be able to look at certain situations when it doesn't look like it's possible. You're going to have to look at certain circumstances when everybody else has thrown their hands up and washed their hands from it. You're going to have to be able to look at those situations and guess what? I can do it. You're going to have to be able to look at business adventures. You're going to have to be able to look at things dead in the face when everybody has given up on it, when everybody has counted it out. And you're going to have to be able to look at those things and say, guess what? I can do it. I believe. God, you wouldn't allow me to have this opportunity if you didn't think I could do it. There are certain things you're going to have. Think about it. Let's go back to Martin Luther King. Let's go. Look at his situation. And look at all the giants in the earth. Don't even use someone that you know. It might be your grandmother. It might be a grandfather. It might be someone deep and close to you. There's something about it. They may have come up through all different walks of life. They may have come up through various avenues of life. But there is something there's a thread that brings them together. They may be from different backgrounds and different nationalities, but there's something that brings them together. There's a thread. There's a commonality that brings them together. And that thread is called belief. And based upon that belief, the Bible says through faith, we understand that the world was framed by the words of God so that things that do appear were made by things that do not appear. Through faith, by faith, the elders obtained a good report. Now understand that. They believed something. They believe something. Do you believe it? Do you believe that you're called to do what's been placed in your heart? Let me tell you, if we even get serious and technical right now, there are some of us listening right now that there's been some things in our heart that we've been called to do for years. Right now, we've been called to do them for years. I'm not even going to talk about the months. I'm talking about years. There's stuff that's been revealed to us. We see it in our dreams. We see it when we see other people operating in it. We see it when we're driving alone by ourselves. God has spoken to us loud and clear. We know we're supposed to be doing. We know no one has to tell us. We know we're supposed to be doing it. We don't need another class to tell us what we're supposed to. We know that we're supposed to be doing. But let me tell you this. If you don't do it, I promise you, you will live a life of regrets. If you're going to live a life, if you're going to live and if you're going to be legendary and place your mark in the earth, you're going to have to learn how to live in the possibility. You're going to have to. You're going to have to learn it. You're going to have to be able to look at situations not from your vision and not from your perspective, because those that live in the realm of the possibility, they have a different perspective on life. They don't view things based upon statistics. They don't view things based upon the odds. They don't view things based upon what someone said can or cannot be done. They view things based upon what God said can be done. And the last thing that I checked, God said that all things are possible to him that believes. Let me talk to you about, listen to this. This country preacher by the name of Jesus, he had disciples where the scripture called them unlearned men. The scripture said it clearly that they were unlearned men. They was not that educated. They came from a community and a society that did not place emphasis on education because they were fishermen. In other words, if you had a pole, a rank, a hierarchy, they were at the bottom of the totem pole. And Jesus looked at those individuals and told them this: all things are possible if you can only believe. Come on, man. You got to get that concept of where they come from. You got to understand how they pictured that. You got to understand these are individuals that were used to working and living based upon facts. And he looked at them and told them all things are possible. Now you have to look at this yourself and realize that, guess what? Those words just wasn't for them. Those words just wasn't for them. They were for you too. They were for you too. Do you believe? Do you believe? What will they say in your eulogy? What will they say in your dash? And your dash is from the time that you were born to the time that you die. There's a dash in between. And the dash in between is everything that you did while you was here on the earth. What will your dash say? What will it say? What will it say? Will it say that I kept my gift to myself? Here lies such Sister So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so who was a great individual. He had so many gifts and talents, but only a few was able to benefit from them. What would your dash say? We're talking about leaving a mark, placing a mark in the earth. Number one, if you're going to place a mark in the earth, the first thing, you have to be purpose driven. You have to realize that you've been created for a reason. You've been created on purpose and with a purpose. You was never a mistake. I don't care what vehicle you entered into this earth on, how you came, what direction you came in. You're still here, and you're here with a purpose. And purpose has three aspects to it. And the first aspect is purpose blueprint, which is the purpose that God has created for humanity. The second is purpose fingerprint, is your unique design on what you've been called to do uniquely. And the third one is purpose footprint, is where you have been called to bring your purpose to. Who have you been called to? Who have you been called to? What groups of people are you passionate about? What is your message? We're talking about purpose driven. The second thing, if you're going to leave a mark in this earth, the second thing is you're going to have to learn you got to use your gift. You have to use that gift. You have to use that gift. Your gift will make room for you. In fact, your gift will elevate you. Your gift will promote you. Your gift will cause you to stand before great individuals. In fact, your gift puts you in a lane all by yourself. Number three, you'll have to learn how to live in the realm of the possibility. What's the realm of the possibility? That says that all things are possible. The realm of the possibility is a realm that believes in spite of the odds, in spite of what people said about it, in spite of statistics, in spite of facts, in spite of the negative reports. The realm of the possibility allows you to see something from a different perspective that other people don't see it from, and it allows you to move forward. While other people are saying it can't happen, while other people say it won't happen, while other people say I can't do it, you are saying, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Hey, I want to tell you, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Solution, where we give real life answers to relevant problems. Do me a favor before we leave. If you're struggling with your purpose and you don't know what your purpose, I want you, don't go to bed tonight without reaching out to me. Inbox me. Send me a message. Let me know. Let me know. Let us get together. Let us set up a time where we can get this purpose. You need to know why you exist. You need to get a glimpse of why you are here on the earth. Let me tell you, because if you don't, life will be regretting. Number 2, hey, follow me on YouTube. Don't forget, go subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me. I'm here every Monday at 7 o'clock. We're doing some great things. We're moving. Hey, I want to talk to you. In the next few weeks, we're going to really start talking about how to birth ideals through your purpose. We're really going to start moving in a business direction and empowerment direction. We're really going to do the, hey, I want y'all to know this, that I'm speaking this into existence. I will have my own television show. I'm releasing that thing. I'll have my own television show, and I will be a radio. I will be on the radio too. Remember that I'm going to be all across the nation. I'm going to be all across the world. I'm speaking this thing into existence. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm going to be international. And it's time for you to start speaking some things, because guess what? All things are possible to him that believe. Yes. All things. And I need your help. I realize this. I can do all of it, but I need your help. I need your help. So, hey, check out my Facebook. Stay with me, tune with me on Facebook. This week, I'm going to be coming back again on Facebook. Also, go to my webpage, www.gerarddunn.com. That's where you can find a product. That's where you can find my books and things like that. You have to get in contact with my purpose book. Get in contact with my Let Your Past Be Your Platform book. Follow me. We're going places. I need your help. I need you to help me. I need you to help me do it. And guess what? Hey, in the next few days, we'll find. I want to thank everybody that has voted for me with the Steve Harvey Act Like a Success. Let me tell you this. It's going to be awesome. I will announce the winner. They're going to announce the winner. And if I'm the winner, then guess what? I'm going to announce that over Facebook. But I want to let you all know, thank you so much for being with me and being consistent with watching us every Monday. We're going to a whole new level. But I understand this, that, hey, I can't go to that level by myself. I need your help. I love you all. I really appreciate you all for walking with me. We're going to another level in this thing. We're going to be productive. We're going to be creating. And we're going to use our gift while we're here in the earth. Hey, thank you for joining us again. Catch me next week at 7 p.m. I love you. God bless you. We love you.